All right, you guys. Ooh, I was looking at my head, baby. I gotta fix that before we get started real good. Woo, Jesus, Papa. Y'all, we doing what we do, moving and grooving. This is how we do it. It's Friday night, Monday night. I don't know the rest of the words. You know the rest of the words of the song? Okay.
I know the beat.
Hey, everybody.
We don't own the rights to this music, but we definitely enjoy listening to it.
Yes, we do.
It's a Montel Jordan, and this is how we do it. This is how we do it on Monday afternoon.
Hey, what's going on? Our people showing up here. You guys, I'm telling you, y'all don't know what it took for us to get here today. I had to take my car.
Low flying.
To get it serviced at the last minute after I went to a meeting and decided to go take my car. I went over to, we can get started, baby.
You already started this. We're
going to lower the music a little bit.
Let other people come on in.
And so y'all come on in, Haverdale, Bond Homes, and our YouTube audience. Thank you for loving us. Can y'all give us some hearts on the channel? Let us know you love us.
My baby tired.
Yeah. Baby trying to get it together.
Yeah.
And so we got to go all the way back. So the title of today's broadcast is what we did and then what we want. So I got a little kind of turn I'm going to do today. Not what we did in detail over the weekend, but as much as we can. Maybe you can turn it all the way down because I think our folks are on here now. So, okay, you guys know we did have our Godfidence on Monday, right? So, yes. You know, we were on our trip, on our cruise, which we went on the Utopia of the Seas, and we had a great trip.
Very nice ship.
Very nice. It was the newest, 2024 was built, Royal Caribbean. And not that they want to hear what we got going on, but that's how we normally start our show, right? You know, we talk about
and
ourselves.
And then go off different subject.
Yeah.
Because the last 3 weeks, we really had a really interesting guest. And it was just super.
Yeah, so we got to go back then because I think we did say that we ended up having connected with Pastor Nick and Franny. And that was great because we had no plans on doing that. But I was so glad that we got a chance to chat with them.
So we went down on Sunday. And we got a chance. We just let them know we was in town. Just text to say, hey, we just loving you guys. Thank y'all for last week. And then they said, they want to do lunch together. Brunch, rather. And we did. It was really nice. Just the fellowship, to get to know a genuine brother and sister in the Lord. And we're still gloating from Pastor Fanny last time she ministered. So that was quite interesting. And I think it was helpful to a lot of us.
Yeah. I do want to talk about what we learned traveling. Because some people did some things and we did some different things as it relates to, for example, you guys, if y'all have cruised before or vacation of any kind, we go down a day early.
Yeah.
We went on Sunday. That was the biggest. That was very big. That's a good idea. Driving, yes, we could have drove to Florida. It wasn't that far. It was 6 hours. Fuller was like, we could have drove, and I was like, no.
No, I said no. We couldn't. I wouldn't mind driving down there.
But
we had to drive back when you get off the ship.
So that was a whole nother 6 hours coming back. Right. We didn't do that. We took a flight. We fly Delta. We saw all the Spirit airline flights. Right. Halted because Spirit Airlines, for those that have ever traveled Spirit, well, that ain't us. We saw them planes sitting there. Hey, what's going on, Shirley, Mosley, Teresa, Verdell, Vaughn, and all of our YouTube guests that are sitting out there. We're getting a lot more presence
all
on
our Facebook
YouTube.
People.
Yep. Yeah. And so, but we learned to fly in style. That's one thing. Well, I don't know what it is. Well, don't want to sit in no Delta Comfort. You don't want to sit in main cabin. Fully gonna want to sit in. If we can afford to sit in first class, that's where we're gonna sit, and that's what we did. So, but we did learn to go day early. The second thing that we learned, and you guys have some other tips. Anybody got any tips about traveling, going on a cruise? You can share with us. Let us know. The other thing that we learned is the hotel had a direct transportation from the hotel to the hey, what's going on, Ronelda? Ronelda can jump in here too. The other thing we learned is to take the hotel already had a company set up where you could scan their code and go directly from the hotel to the ship. We
and they
haven't
take you
done that.
directly to the ship. You
Yes.
don't have no guesswork.
No, nothing. And that was really good. So if you ever have to get transportation to the ship, the first time, well, Fuller and I were married, we went and we stayed with Brinson.
Yeah, Pastor Brinson.
And they were in
Brinson.
Orlando. So they
Right.
came and got us. We stayed overnight. They brought us to the ship. Now
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. But this ship, the location, it was a lot going on. So
Right.
I'm glad that we went a day early. Ronelda and them were there
No
a day early.
confusion.
No confusion. But that transportation from the hotel to the ship was
Directly
great.
to the
And I
ship.
tell you, when we left the ship and coming back, they had big old signs that said "Go Port," and they were purple signs and they were blinking at you. And so coming back, also it was seamless.
Right.
You know, they had signs. They the bus. It was a huge bus. It was very comfortable. So I encourage you guys.
They had
whatever you
people
do.
giving direction if you had any
Yeah.
questions, anything.
The entire
Awesome.
the entire cruise ship, they
Yeah.
did a really good job with the planning. So hands down, anybody ever? Hey, Chrislyn, what's going on? Fat.
And you moved on me and didn't tell me.
Yeah, you know, move.
We had to find out from the social media way.
Yeah, and you're right, Chrislyn. Fuller is bougie. He definitely is bougie. He ain't flying no second, whatever, third class. He's not flying on South. He flying on Delta, and that would be it.
Christian know because they tell you that people say we can get a good deal on this airline or that airline. They always told us Bishop fly Delta.
Ain't happening. And so, what was you gonna say?
I want to say it's the best way to fly. I've flown. I stayed at the Holiday Inn, the Big Star Motel. I done stayed at Hillbilly Hotel.
You found your way back to the same place that you love.
But at this point in my life, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so, I'm gonna be first. I'm not counting pennies. I'm gonna do first class.
Yeah.
That's what we did on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
It was first class on the Dunham's cruise, first class on the train, first class flight. So that's on, at some point in time, you got to enjoy because you're trying to leave money for your children. They're going to spend it in a year. So you got to enjoy it for yourself. Get insurance for them.
That they can pay for.
Right.
But I will say, you're just a few hours away, Kristen says. Okay, well, come on back and visit. They're in Florida too. I think.
Right.
And so I think. But the other thing that we learned just from this particular cruise, I don't know if I've done this before, but we bought the drink package, and I say that because that includes like the sodas. If you're an alcohol drinker or whatever drinker, then they close everything, right? What I didn't know, I knew that the juices were included, but I don't drink juice, right? So I just thought, for 5 days, I want to make sure that I don't have to be paying out of pocket for anything. So we ordered the drink. Now, I wouldn't do that no more because that was like $800.
Right. The only thing I didn't like about the trip, and it might be a minor thing, I like when you go and you have maybe 3 tiers of packages. What you get, like a number 1, number 2, and a number 3.
Yeah.
And I'd rather do that and everything included. Yeah, and everything included. But they nickel and dime you till the trip wasn't that expensive. But by the time they nickel and dime you wind up paying the same thing you would pay for
Yeah, but so I think what I was telling Fuller, what happens is when you go on these cruises now, they treat it almost like you're going to Vegas. And so in some of those Vegas trips where you pay like a resort, you pay a lower price, and then they add on the extra services. I'm using Vegas, probably not Vegas, but they add on the additional. Yeah, every cruise you go on now, you're gonna tip now.
Right.
And so, but what they did was they included automatically, because people apparently ain't been tipping, so they include like a $20 fee per person per day, and that is for the dining, I think. So you don't have to be pulling out money. Sometimes you give, sometimes you don't. And then the stateroom, you end up tipping at the very end, whoever your state person was or is. And say, hey, Chris Page, what's good? Bougie. Yes, that would be fully. Jesus class. That's right. All inclusive is much better. So we would prefer, as Miss Renelda said, we would prefer, like Fuller said, an all inclusive,
right,
everything, and just give me the package choice. But I will say the lower price encourages people to sign up for cruises now, because most of the time it had been outpriced for people. But now you can go on. And the one thing that they had was, of course, anybody that's been on cruise, many of you have, they have these specialty restaurants. We never saw a single specialty restaurant.
No.
Because the food in the main dining room, that was pretty good. But in the other dining, there's so many places to eat. Why spend any extra money and going to the other places? But so what else happened? So that was the cruise.
I just want to give a shout out to Ro. We had a chance to spend time with our friends at Johnson's, and that was really refreshing.
Yep. Yeah. We got a chance to do that. And we had some other business partners that went. This was our organizational. We do what we call a ring earner trip, and
the shows was really good.
Ooh, the shows.
Starting with the swim. Go ahead.
The swim, you guys, spectacular. They call it a spectacular show too. So when you go on your cruise, make sure you attend those shows, because they are, especially Royal Caribbean, the Utopia of the Seas. They had a swim spectacular. It was incredible. I mean, they floors with clothes, and then they would open back up. I'm like I don't know if I would trust. I don't know if I would trust if I was a swimmer jumping off from 18 feet up in the sky, hoping that the ground is going to be open up to water. You know what I'm saying? That make me nervous. Hey, Phyllis, Lucas, what's going on?
Hello.
Good to see you guys. And then Renelda says, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. What you saying, Renelda? Good times and with the Fullers. Thank you, Renelda. And so, but that was really good. They had a good comedy show.
Marriage.
Oh,
Love and Marriage.
Yeah, they did Love and Marriage. That was kind of like the Love Connection. Y'all remember Love Connection? The other show that they did was a Battle of the Sexes.
Raunchy.
Y'all, that was.
I'm talking about it was.
But she said when you got in there, if you got kids, they don't need to be in here, and they didn't need to be in there. That was a little bit on the far side of West Africa.
They had me blushing.
Yeah, I said, well, I don't know where West Africa came, far side of the country, wherever it is. So, babe, that was what we did.
No, you tell everything about that. So the women are just. I mean, I've not experienced this before. The women was really, I'm just gonna say, low class, and they were having grinding fun and bumping and each other and crazy. And there's one lady, light-skinned lady,
wonderful people,
took her shirt off and then have on a bra and nothing, and started swinging up her blouse around like this. Shirt. It was crazy.
So what happened? What had happened
was
the guys, they asked them to describe using their bodies what they were doing. They gave a sexual comment or whatever, so they had to describe. So there's this one guy, he took off his shirt and started swinging it around. Well, the woman was thinking, well, shoot, if you can do it, I can do it too.
He looked like Santa Claus.
Yeah. So she took off her shirt and her bra, or she didn't have on a bra, and she went ham. You guys, we was like, had never seen anything like that before. Let me see. Renelda said, Holy Spirit led me to go to bed for Battle of the Sexes. Renelda, you missed it.
You wasn't battling no sexes.
Look. And then Phyllis said she went on that same ship, and they were ziplining. You're right, Phyllis. Phyllis, you're a godly woman for real, because you was praying. Because you wouldn't have got me up in, y'all, by the way, there was almost 18 floors, I think. Phyllis, correct me if I'm wrong. Renelda, correct me if I'm wrong. But there was about 18 floors on this ship.
Oh, man.
It's huge.
Right.
And they were ziplining at the very top of the ship, all the way across to the other side. The other thing that I thought was very, very nice touch, they had a central park.
Right. That was
that
very
you could
nice.
Walk along the floor, I guess the 6th floor or something like that. But it was Central Park. It looked like Central Park.
And they had little restaurants, and you could sit outside like you was in the park, and benches and different decorations, and it was really nice.
Look, Chris Page says, "Hey, I remember Pastor's teaching on marital intimacy back in the '90s. You was pepped. You said I'm pepped. Look, so it was a very classy cruise, and there were kids on the cruise, but it was also wild at times. But that's why they have those shows that are just for adults. They had everything, so you couldn't miss out on what to do. You couldn't say that, like, we went on Virgin Cruise, and didn't feel like there was a lot to do, that you had to kind of really pay attention to the TV screen to know what to do. This, you had an app, you had the TV screen, they printed out flyers to stay in your stateroom. We had a really nice stateroom, decent size.
Yeah, it was.
It had a balcony.
Yeah.
So now we are 17 minutes after the hour, you guys. So I want to turn the tables a little bit and talk about what we did. Now, what we want. And so I thought, because it was Mother's Day, Fuller and I was having these conversations about, Mother's Day, and, what we like and what we don't like. And sometimes we don't make it very clear as women or men with our spouses on what it is that you really like. And so in this case, we're talking about vacation, right? So I thought I would put together a list of the things that we can do on the next time we go on a trip. Same thing for you guys. Any advice from the studio audience y'all would like to post? Some of the things y'all have done, that would be fun. But here are Darlene's 10. Okay, I'm gonna go through these.
Okay.
So here's something nice. Not that y'all don't do it already, ladies or men, but this is what was written down. Someone carrying your bags without being asked. Well, Fuller, you carry my bags without me asking. But then I see a lot of people, I'm not gonna say women or men, the women, let me just say women, be struggling because they're trying to carry it all because they want to be, they just carrying it all. Right. So that's one. Y'all got some advice for us? Okay. I do this for Fuller. Saving you the window seat because they know you love the view. Now, Fuller doesn't like the view. He likes the view because he asked me to open up the window, but he likes to sit on the end seat. So when I book our flights, I never sit on the end seat. And that is true when we go out to eat. I try not to sit with
my back to the door.
He doesn't want to sit with his back to the door. That's a man thing, must be.
Right.
So I sit with my back to the door, even though I don't really want my back to the door because all the stuff that's been popping off, I need to know. But I sit with my back facing the door so that Fuller has the upper hand. Okay, so here's one. And we didn't do a whole lot of stuff. So we really enjoyed it. But laughing, y'all, by the way, this is not Darlene's top 10. This is some advice I got from my best friend. Who's your best friend, Darlene?
ChatGPT.
It's ChatGPT. That is my other friend. So, laughing until midnight on the balcony of the ship. You can't laugh too much because there's some people next door to us, even though they look like nobody. Taking pictures of you without acting irritated. You ever know anybody that they don't want you to take pictures of them and they get upset about it?
Yep.
Who would that be?
I'm not gonna throw them out of the bus.
It wouldn't be me.
No, it wouldn't be you. You love pictures. You love pictures.
Actually, I don't.
You could fool me.
I don't. Anybody
you'll do a good job faking it.
I know. But just anybody, when you go on your vacation, I know we like to take pictures, but do you really like to take pictures? I'm not a full body. Don't take a whole full body picture. But I don't mind taking pictures. But you ever notice that, like, when we take pictures, I'll kind of stand off to the side.
You can look at my phone. You can see I take all the pictures.
We don't like to take a lot of pictures. And by the way, I need to say this up front because we were almost late to Godfidence today, and Montrese told me to blame it all on her. Okay. Montrese, we were trying to get from so I'm gonna come back to that. So we were trying to get from the car dealership back to the house and had to stop by Montrese.
Hey, Dexter.
Okay. So what about asking what you want to do today? Okay. Should I have asked you what you wanted to do for the day? Or did I already have the day planned?
Mostly planned, but that's fine with me because, I'm just laid back, so I want to make sure you be happy. Yeah. And so what interests you will interest me. Okay, so let me ask you a question then, Fuller. Studio audience, let me ask you a question. So if I don't ever say anything about wanting to do something for that day, what do we do? Stay in the room.
Exactly, you guys. Ladies.
Go to eat.
I'm telling you, ladies, unless we planning something, you're going to stay in the room. You ain't going nowhere. Then what happened? Dexter, would you help me out? Hopefully you plan. Let me see what Dexter said. Dexter says, before I eat my food when my wife and I go out to eat at our favorite restaurant, before I eat my food, when our wife and I go out to eat at our favorite restaurant, I always ask her, baby, she like to taste some of my food first?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I asked Fuller if he would like to taste it. He will taste it, but he don't really want to taste my food because you got enough food.
Yeah, and you got a different kind of taste buds than I have. So, sometimes we as men we'll set it to, we like what we like.
You like what you like.
And we like what we like, and that's it.
Okay.
No.
Anybody else? Let's see. We got a guest that we have not seen. Amarelli. Oh no. Good evening from the Dutch Caribbean.
Okay.
Wow. So how far is that from the Bahamas? Would you let us know? We could have seen you while we were there. Hey, Brian Bell, Dr. Bell, good show today. Yeah. So tell us, you guys that have taken trips, what are some of the other things that you think are nice to do for your spouse? Okay, so here's another one, baby. I appreciate, we go on the trips. You can just ask me, baby, here's what we're going to do today. Because I always, ask you what do you want to do. And I feel like sometimes I'm planning and it's not what you really want to do.
Well.
Oh. Should I open up a can of worms? Okay.
Could I?
Go ahead. Go on and throw me on the bus.
Because I know you. And I'm going to say, okay, let's go to Chops for dinner. And you will say,
what time are we going to dinner? Because I really thought we were going to go to dinner.
And then you said, well, I was thinking, Phuket, where do you want to go? Fuller, where do you want to go? Mm-hmm. Fuller says, well, I want to go to Chops. And you would say, well, I didn't really want to go. You thought about Phuket, you thought about Capitol Grill, or Papa Doors.
Why are you doing that?
Oh, I didn't ask the question.
Okay,
I was asked the question to answer, and so instead of going through all the list of baby, wherever you want to go,
that's what y'all say.
It'll make me happy wherever you. What? So you happy? I'm gonna be happy because I can find some on the menu I like, but you're not gonna find anything on it.
Now, what I have learned though, go ahead.
But I can say, you're doing that, so now you're really taking great measures to correct it. I must say, okay, because you didn't call me the other day, and it made me feel good to say, let's go to your restaurant for breakfast. And I like that. I don't
really like that.
Yeah, I know. That made me feel good.
Yes. So, okay, so Dexter Hurd says, checkmate, Bishop. Okay, Miss Norma says, when she goes on her trips, I guess that's what you're saying.
Shopping day. That's a good day.
Yeah. So when we got to Florida, our plan was to go shopping.
Right.
But there was so much happening, I think, between the early morning flight, getting out, and then we realized our luggage, we already had brought a lot of stuff.
Right. So we don't have nothing to put nothing in.
Let me tell you what Fuller did. Fuller is so thoughtful. I know all of us have great spouses that think about the other spouse. Fuller went to the store, and he knows that I have an average size suitcase. I have many suitcases. We both have many suitcases. But Fuller, outside of the box, he said, what is the largest suitcase I can buy for Darlene? So she don't have to bring two suitcases. I never bring two suitcases, but I'd be jamming that one suitcase
right.
to the max. And so it'd be so packed, the little side you be looking at as you zipping, like get kind of a little stuck. And then you're like, oh, please don't break over. Please don't break over. So Fuller went and bought me a brand new Samsonite suitcase. It was probably this tall as I'm standing up, you guys. Literally. It was huge. It was massive. And so thank you, baby, for doing that. Sometimes I think, Fuller, and I had this really interesting conversation this weekend. And I go back and I think about the things that Darlene, Quincy Fuller, make a big deal out of, that I complain about. But when I go back and I think about all the things that he does without me having to ask, he does it on his own. I have to, give him grace, even though I don't want to give grace at that time because I'm straight upset. Then I have to go back like we're doing Godfidence today, and I have to think, wow, that was very kind.
And bought your outfit.
And bought me, yeah, he did. And so, okay, Darlene Quincy Fuller. Okay, so let me go back up here. Miss Norma says shopping day, and then Phyllis said that, and I'm going to get to this because this is one of the on the list. It says, as a surprise, she said she ordered chocolate covered strawberries. It was there when we arrived. That's really nice. I like that, Phyllis, because one of the items on my list is, as you're going on vacation, you're looking for other things to do different. It's not for your spouse, but it's just to do different. Is sharing a dessert instead of counting calories for once.
That's good.
Sharing a dessert, or each of you getting a dessert. Because on the ship, we got about 3 or 4 desserts. And we all
had some good food.
Yeah. And what we did was we just said, instead of us all getting the same 3 or 4 desserts, we just decided that we were going to just get the desserts, eat what you want, and not really worry about the calories at all. So that was a good one. Okay, so Phyllis said the comedy show was good. And it seems like the time goes by so fast when you're trying to get ready and trying to iron. And we probably weren't supposed to take a steam iron, but if you go traveling, steamer. Steamer.
It's different.
Take your steamer, put it in your luggage. Okay, Miss Norma, I'm gonna cut you off on Godfidence talking about there's a 50-pound limit. And Miss Norma, I met above the limit, and she still.
But first class, you get 70 pounds.
70?
Yes.
So it was about 65 women, 68 pounds. Yeah. I think it was 68 pounds.
68 and a half.
Yes. Being thoughtful. Yes, Gwen. Being thoughtful. Massages. Now massages. I like Renelda and Mr. Johnson did massages.
Can I add back on? And plus, if you use American Express, they give you more weight.
Oh,
so that's a travel tip. Yeah.
So if you use your American Express card,
they give you grace. Yeah.
Okay, I like that American Express. I like the Sky because we fly Delta. I like being a Sky priority. I like we were able
to go to
the Delta Club without having to pay out of pocket. Now, if you're gonna get an American Express, the one we have is the Reserve. It's a purple one. It's metal to the max.
Yeah. And
we go in there. Fuller has one. I got one, and we can go in the Sky Club and have a lunch or breakfast or whatever it is they have to offer. And we can sit in there, which is what we did both times, going and coming. So we didn't have to come out of our pocket because we already came out of our pocket.
Right.
Because that's a hard card to have maintenance. Okay. So here's something else, baby. Sitting in silence, watching the ocean and still feeling connected. That ocean, just listening to it. See, I could listen to the ocean with my door open. You didn't really like the door open, did you?
Well, just to be transparent, I had been dealing with the vertigo for the week before I went, but I still went on the cruise because I know that but I did good. I think I did good.
Yeah.
I had one challenging day, but most of it was good.
So fullest challenging day was we decided they ported in or docked in Bahamas. So you guys know what's gonna happen. You're gonna get off the ship and they're gonna have they're gonna port at their spot where they want you to buy.
Right.
They've got it designated unless you're gonna be like Miss Renelda Johnson. They rented a car. Renelda said it cost them $300 to rent a car for 2 hours, maybe. But they took them around town, I guess. So I'm gonna get to Renelda made a comment. But Miss Norma says she's asking about the suitcase because she may need a larger suitcase. Bishop knows all the first class tips. He does. So you need to go buy that suitcase up to here.
Yep.
I promise you.
Yep.
Standing up, you guys. Let me lower it. It's just like right above my waist, the breast line, just right there. That's how tall it is.
And I'm not mistaken, they give you 70 pounds if you're going international.
Really?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I know it's 60 or 70, but I think it's 70.
Yeah. So our tip, the main tip of the day, especially if you're traveling international, we won't fly anything other than first class.
No,
you just can't.
Not that far. Not enjoy your flight and enjoy your time.
Yes. And so, Renelda says, couples massage is amazing. He does deep tissue and I do hot stone. I've never done either. I think I've done the deep tissue, but I've never done the stone.
Well, we're going to massage places, but we just don't really enjoy massages.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, but I know Renelda goes to. Right. They do massages all the time. Right. So that's great. Okay, so then Gwen says there's a sweetness to that silence. It is, and it's quite lovely.
Peaceful, peaceful.
So let me get to Fab. So let's see what Fab says here. So Fab says, last year on our anniversary trip, I paid for a couple's massage out of my own money. Since he paid for everything else, that's a good idea. I mean, we're talking about giving and taking, give. That's great. So you do some surprises. Okay, so here go Brian Bell. Because Fuller does deal with vertigo in land and on the land and out.
Had a shot of the week before we left.
Yes. So he says the vertigo exercise is the best thing I ever did. Completely gone. Vertigo exercise. Share it. Dr. Bell, what is the vertigo? Because there's a few people on here like Vera deals with vertigo. I think Linda deals with vertigo. That's a generational curse. We're gonna have to bind that up. I ain't gonna call no more sisters and family members' name. But let us know what that vertigo exercise is. Okay. So then Rose says we did not have a driver. She didn't have a driver. My husband and Eddie Bell drove. What? Y'all drove around the Bahamas? Do they drive on the right side or the wrong side of the road, Renelda? I think on the correct side, the main side.
Well, they ain't no correct side because
I know it's in the country.
Right.
Oh my gosh, your husband and I would never get in another country and drive. I was
in the Bahamas and they drove on the left side, and we was in France. Paris, and they drove on
the opposite side than what we would drive on.
And the United Kingdom. Yeah.
So here's something, you guys. Keep Brian Bills, if you can let us know what that exercise is. Here's something that's really good. And we're gonna wrap up, you guys. Patience when travel plans go wrong. Having the patience when travel plans go wrong. So here's here's what happened, you guys. I almost forgot it. Full and I, speaking of the Delta Sky Lounge, Full and I got very comfortable. Got to the airport very early that morning.
Oh my God.
We were chilling out. I noticed, and Fuller said it, our gate is T6. We were thrilled because we came out of the checkpoint right to T gates. And I looked up and I said on my boarding pass, on my app, it said B4. I said, Fuller says B4. So we go to B4.
Get on the train.
Go to gate B4. We get off the train. Fuller has to go to the restroom. And all it takes is a distraction. And I just said, you know what? Let me look up at the monitor and verify the gate. It said B4. Fuller comes out the restroom. In my mind, I started rethinking. Now it's 6:30 a.m. and our flight is starting to board. So then Fuller comes out of the restroom and I said, babe, the monitor says B4, my phone says B4, but something is not setting well with me. So we stopped and asked a Delta agent. He said, you know what you can do? Here's a tip for you guys too. Just don't trust it. The Delta guy says, if you will go to Google and type your flight number and press enter, it'll tell you what gate and what time it's leaving. He did that.
It said what?
It said T6. So I said, oh, Fuller, it says T6. Now we're already at the gate, not directly at the B gate. We're at B18, which is at the top of the escalator area. So if we're going to go to B4, I'm thrilled we don't have to go to B4 at that moment because that's all the way down the airport. So the guy says, no, your gate has changed. It's T6. What do? We rush and go get back on the train, the Sky Train in Atlanta is what it's called, and go to T6. So I'm rushing now. I'm moving, y'all, because we done ate. We done enjoyed our Sky Lounge. We ain't been rushing or nothing. We go to T6, and what happens? It says Palmdale. What's the city? Palm Beach, Florida. I said, Fuller, this ain't the gate. It's really B4. So we had to get back on the train. It is now 6:45, and the thing says we close, stop boarding at 6:50.
And you got to remember, we was there about an hour and a half
early.
Had clear security, had gone through TSA, everything. We had an hour and 15 minutes. So we got plenty of time. We just chilling.
Y'all. So now it's 6:45 and we're turning around, getting on the train, going back. Now, remember, I said we were at B4. When you get off the train, you're at B18. So we had to walk all the way down to the airport. I'm running, realizing Darlene is now 50 something. That run ain't the same. That run is a run, walk, run, stop. Because I'm now out of breath. Fuller ain't running at all, as if we about to miss our flight. It is 6:55, and we get to the gate, and there is nobody there except the gate agent. And I said, oh my God, he said, what is your last name? And I said, Fuller. He said, we just took you off of the system. He said, let me put you back. I said, thank you so much, sir. I'm so sorry. The gate agent told us it's the wrong place. Oh, when I tell you, God was with us. So that's the point with patience when travel plans go wrong.
Yeah.
We didn't get on to each other. Nobody said anything. I was probably thinking, Fuller, we should never be sitting in the Sky Lounge, just chilling. Maybe we just do it for 15 minutes and go to our flight. I'm telling y'all, that was a long walk, Gwen. Yes, it was. Okay, last couple of things. Making sure you rest instead of planning every second. I should listen to my own advice, huh? Because Fuller got his rest, and let me tell y'all, comment. Fuller got his rest every day on the ship. Fuller gonna get rest. Dancing badly together at the resort party. Now we didn't do no parties, but you wouldn't mind dancing.
But I did enjoy the lounge we went in where the lady looked like Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
And it's all girl band and they was killing it.
They were playing 70s and 80s music. Yeah. They had a live band.
They was doing it, boy.
They were singing.
I mean, it was good.
Oh, it was good, yes. And so, but yes, Ronaldo, we was O.J. Simpson all the way down the airport. The only thing I wasn't doing was no hurdles because I knew that was going to be the end of Darlene seeing you on the trip. Okay, last thing. Oh, this is something that we all need to do. Can I have your attention, studio audience? Something we all need to do. Turning phones down and having our attention up.
That's good.
Turning our phones down.
You did pretty good, though. You didn't do bad.
Didn't do bad. First of all, because we initially didn't have no Wi-Fi to get no phone. And then what do? We turned on the Wi-Fi to get to the services and all that. But anyway, so you guys, that is our trip. Mostly what we want to talk about today was talk about the trip in itself, but also some things that we can do for one another when we're traveling to make things
just
more
bring
serious.
it back to your memories, make you conscious of it. Yeah. That's always good.
Yeah, and the tips. Do you have a final travel? Because Fuller, by the way, if you ever go traveling with Fuller, anything you need, toenail clippers, alcohol rub, you need some Pepto-Bismol, do you need some vertigo medicine? Do you need whatever it is, Fuller got it. Safety pin, whatever.
The dollars always say, I got parachute, I got jet skis, I got everything, whatever you need. So just ask Kenny.
Yes. What, you have a final tip as a traveler worldwide that you would leave with people besides that American Express? That was good. I didn't realize that.
Pay attention. That's it. About everything, your surroundings, everything.
Yeah.
And I want to say, I don't know whether you heard this week though, but a guy walked out on the airport, across the lanes where we land, the landing thing, and got sucked up in the frontier, and they had to abort.
What?
They had to abort the takeoff.
What do you mean? A guy?
I mean,
you talking about he was working on
the fence? No, he
jumped the fence.
And was on the runway. And this on the news.
Did he deserve to be uprooted in the Frontier airplane, jumping the fence?
No, he died. They had to abort the flight because he got, I think, sucked in by the.
Is this a true story?
Yeah, it's been on the news.
Y'all heard that story?
Yeah.
Ronaldo says the steamer. Yeah, we mentioned about that steamer now. Now, Fuller, come on.
Yeah.
A guy jumped the fence. Where was this at?
I've forgotten where.
He jumped the fence.
And ran across the runway.
And he got sucked up by the airplane engine thing.
They had to abort the flight. Yeah. It was on the news. You said it was on the news.
He was trying to commit suicide.
Yeah. I don't know what he was doing, but
my God. So look, you guys.
But that's a good Ronaldo, the steamer.
The steamer, absolutely. Dr. Bell says
because they'll let you take the steamer on, but they won't let you take an iron.
Oh yeah. Oh, Bell said he was disintegrated.
Okay.
That means that he just disappeared.
I guess so.
I mean, he I don't know. So that's interesting. Phyllis says true story. You says true story. Of course, I believe my baby. You guys, I ain't never heard nothing like that. Look, and then other people talking about they heard that. What is wrong with society? What is happening, you guys? In any event, so then I'm gonna close out with what Gwen said. She says Fuller would win on Let's Make a Deal. He would probably win on
Thank you.
Let's Make a Deal. Yep. And so anyway, you guys, thank y'all for just joining us as we chat about, the fools and chopping it up and all of that, just our lives, but how to travel better. And I can assure you, Dr. Bell's got a lot of tips as well on how to travel better and well and just save some money, but also spend a lot of money too, so that you can enjoy yourself. Yeah. First class all the way, you guys. Anyway, we are done with Godfidence. Thank you guys for joining us yet again. Don't forget this week to vote. It is voting in Georgia. For our governors.
Your vote matters.
It matters, and so watch the time that it's early voting, and so but be sure to enjoy. So vertigo exercises, Dr. Bell. We're waiting for that to be posted. You had somebody ask, Miss Norma asked about the vertigo exercises, and then Bernice. That's who I need to have on. Bernice is the most travelingest person that I know in this world. Bernice done been to India. She done been clues all over this world. So Bernice, we need to have you to come on and talk about travel tips. Would you just let us know when you're available? Thank you all for joining today. And this is how we do it. This is how we do it. We ain't done our dance out in a while. This is funny. Okay, kiss it out. Love you guys. See you later. This is how we do it. It's Monday night. This is how we do it.